Good evening, my viewers and listeners. It's time for the Scary Interesting. The Rebirth of the Firebreathers, Part 6, Atonement. After the battle was over, when the dragons found their young kin in the rocks, the girl and the dragon were still breathing. They were not dead, but they were very badly wounded. Surprised by such a neighborhood with a human cub, the lizards still did not dare to leave the girl on the rocks, and carried her along with the young dragon far into the mountains, to a place where they could wait for a while. In a large cave, the friends were laid on beds of soft grass, and their wounds were treated with saliva, the healing properties of which were kept a closely guarded secret. The saliva of dragons could cure not only any wound, but also the most terrible disease. All dragons who reached maturity were initiated into this secret, and swore an oath to keep the dangerous secret for the sake of preserving the life of the clan. The girl and the dragon regained consciousness after a few days. They had survived, but they were very weak. The pack gathered for a serious conversation. They needed to understand what had happened between the human and the dragon on the rocks during the battle, and why the enemies, meeting face to face, tried to survive with each other. Everyone was waiting for an explanation, and were very surprised to get one. The dragons looked at the girl incredulously. They didn't understand how she and their little brother could be friends. They didn't understand how you could want peace with people who killed your kin. Can you trust those who break into your home and destroy it? There were some who called the young dragon a traitor, and they believed that the couple should be punished and legally killed. Gradually the excitement was replaced by a reasonable calm. Seeing how stubbornly the friends defended their position, many dragons wondered if this was the right choice. Noticing the hesitation and doubt of many of them, Linda said firmly, "I see that you possess the secret of healing that is inaccessible to mankind. If I had stayed on the rocks, no human could have cured me of such wounds. I am grateful to you for my new life, and I am ready to forget all the suffering you have caused my family. Do you think the people who broke into your house and destroyed it wanted to harm you? They didn't even know you existed. Scientists were looking for a remedy described in ancient books, a remedy that could destroy the virus that destroys all living things. And as I see it, you have that remedy. You saved me from mortal wounds, which means you can save the world by sharing your knowledge with people. The horror of death and loss will disappear from human souls, and long-awaited peace will reign. Think about it. Do you really want to raise your children in the midst of war and murder?" The girl fell silent with a hopeful look at the lizards around her. The dragons were confused and hesitant, needing to think and figure out how to proceed. Seeing the confusion of her kin, the young dragon addressed them. "The war between us and the humans started only because of a misunderstanding. We have already lost Alpha because of that, and how many wounded we had to treat. The humans are exhausted from fighting the disease. They are scared and see everything as a threat. We must try to reconcile with them and end the war. We can try to live in peace by helping each other. We can meet with the resistance leadership. The girl will help us negotiate. She will convince people of our good intentions. I'll go with her and come back to you with an answer. I'm willing to risk my life for the future of all of us. I'll take a saliva sample to the humans to demonstrate and confirm our willingness to negotiate. I need a few more days to regain my strength for the long flight, and you'll consider our words and make your decision." The dragons decided to trust their brother and help the girl in an attempt to change the world. They decided that they should try to understand the humans and enter into a truce with them. A few days later, strengthened after recovery, the friends, accompanied by a few volunteers, soared up and flew towards the unknown. They were on their way to one of the resistance bases on the mainland. Linda knew that all the leaders of the resistance gathered there because she was the daughter of one of them. The dragons flew the whole way at maximum altitude. They didn't want to scare anyone and cause unnecessary aggression. Only once they were in place did they descend down, diving out from under the clouds. The people at the resistance base had not expected such a visit. They literally froze in shock and fear when they saw the terrifying monsters above their heads. This slight confusion was enough to land and bring Linda down to the ground. The girl who flew in on top of the dragon was walking towards the humans, spreading her arms wide apart. Everyone on the base lowered their weapons, and then they recognized her and began to cheer. No one fired or shouted. Everyone was smiling and happy that she was alive. Later, Linda told her story of how she met and befriended the dragon, how she survived and decided to try to end the war and negotiate peace. She gave samples of her saliva, telling of its fantastic properties. The dragons confirmed their willingness to share it in the right amount with humans to create a cure and stop the pandemic for good. The dragons offered and asked to be allowed to settle on a large island and begin to live together in harmony with the world around them. The people were shocked, untouched, having received a chance for rebirth. All agreed to change the history of the future. Thus began a new era, the era of humans and dragons. Sweet dreams to you, my friends.